Hey, Eric.
Hey, Chris.
I have achieved perhaps my proudest internet accomplishment.
Ever.
And that
this podcast is on the internet.
It supersedes this podcast.
All right, what'd you do, man?
It has to do with this podcast, though, but I was streaming this game when I was wrapping up the...
What game's that, Chris?
The game that we're covering now. It's in the title of the episode.
Final Fantasy Tactics is what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Got it.
You click to download download this, and so you should know what the game is by now. Anyway, I was playing it, and apparently Final Fantasy Tactics aficionados like for everyone to press R2 on the controller to slightly tilt the camera to give you a slightly better view.
Yeah.
And a couple of folks suggested that I do that while I'm streaming so I can see better. And I was like, I don't really want to do that because I like the sort of cinematic diorama-esque lower angle.
Plus, you can't let the viewers tell you what to do. That takes away your power.
Unless a user named Big Benefits decided to send me a YouTube super chat. Are you familiar with the YouTube super chat?
I have no fucking idea what that means.
It basically is a way that you can get your message in the chat to be big and highlighted, and you pay money. Any amount
so it's
of
like
money.
the fucking fast pass for rides at Disney World, but for YouTube comments?
Yes.
Jesus.
Yes. It's a way to donate.
You've monetized everything.
It is a nice way for you to be able to send $5 to somebody.
Yeah, I guess.
If you like their YouTube channel or like their YouTube stream or whatever. So this person sent me $5 if I would press R2, and I pressed R2. And I got $5 for pressing R2 on the internet.
Good job. Isn't
that my greatest accomplishment?
That's pretty good. I mean, I think you have 10 more steps to your an official e-girl.
Thank you, Big Benefits, for sending me $5 to do that. That was a big benefit for me.
Is Big Benefits a regular viewer? Or is it like the money thing in Yakuza 0 where they just walk around and you beat them up for $1 million?
They appeared to be somebody who listens to the podcast.
Okay, because Big Benefits is the kind of name where someone would just go around and do that.
Yeah, I think it was the name of their channel or something. It was like a Big Benefits channel, I guess. Yeah. I don't know. Go to Big Benefits on YouTube to learn about Big Benefits. I don't know. Shit.
Assuming the content is approved by the members of Retrograde Amnesia, that's true. I haven't viewed that myself yet.
If Big Benefits is a racist, we disavow Big Benefits.
Yep. Probably not, though.
Yeah, probably not. I mean, come on now. Here's some hot sounds.
Yep.
You mean hot sounds I recorded?
Welcome to Retrograde Amnesia, a comprehensive podcast about classic Japanese role-playing games where we discuss them, chapter by chapter, beat by beat. Welcome back to Season 6. It's winding down, kinda, maybe, sorta. It seems like we're in the final stretch here. My name is Chris, and I'm joined by Eric. Hi!
My name Eric.
My name Eric.
My name Fake Net.
Also, no.
Right.
Your name is not Eric.
My name is not Eric.
You are not Alexander.
Unless I
Stop repeating the fucking shit that I say.
My name is only Eric when I'm controlling Eric Tomizawa in Like a Dragon 8 Infinite Wealth. You got him yet? You've only played for 20 minutes.
I've 20 minutes of play, 3 hours of cutscenes.
You haven't met Eric Tomizawa yet. Okay, never mind. We're also joined by the RealNet, a collective of patrons who are listening to us record live. Hello, RealNet, and thank you once again for supporting this patreon.com/retroim stream.
We're also joined by the Fake Net, our post-production AI companion. Look, Chris and I are going to die one day, but thank God because she's practiced repairing our bodies in Theme Hospital.
Initializing Fake Net.
The hardest part of repairing the boys is making sure I remember whose poop came out of who, so I can put it back in the right body.
Theme Hospital. When's the last time you played Theme Hospital?
A week ago.
Really?
About 20 minutes, yeah. PS1 version.
That's like a sprite isometric view, right? Okay.
Uh-huh.
I played the MS-DOS version of that.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That'd be rough.
No, DOS has got some fucking good-ass games. Go DOS-box that shit, man.
I played Red Baron on DOS, and that's it. Sorry, that's all I got.
I mean, I played a ton of DOS games. You can really easily play a lot of DOS games these days. I actually played the shareware version of Shadow Warrior recently because it came up on this podcast, and I said that
you knew what you had to do.
I said that game's kind of racist, and I went to go make sure that I was right.
Yeah, sure enough.
Sure enough, it's pretty racist against Asians, yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's nice.
There's very much like the main character is constantly making like Wang jokes.
Oh, good, yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, I think wang is a funny synonym for penis, but I don't think it's good when you start mixing it with stereotypical insults. And
Yeah, with probably a white guy doing a fake stereotypical accent.
It's no good.
Accent. Yeah,
it's Mickey Rooney and Breakfast at Tiffany's level.
It's not great. Although that game is interesting, if you like to figure out what the build engine can do.
Well, Chris, let's talk about a bunch of wangs, the Ford Besselat Sluice.
Yeah, I love Sluice Gates. This is our second Sluice Gate game.
Sluice, yeah, I think so, after Final Fantasy VIII.
Yeah, Final Fantasy VIII was the only one I could think of.
Music, anti-pyretic plays, and a bunch of guys are stacked on both sides of a massive sluice gate.
Yeah, most of them are knights, but there's a couple of archers, and I believe 1 or 2 black mages speckled in there as well.
Immediately, Ramza can believe this shit, telling the gang, of course, the sluice, with the sluice open, the lake's waters will flood everything downstream. Battle will be impossible. Objective, open the sluice, commence.
No, let's do it.
It's very funny to me that we go into battle immediately after Ramza declared said battle to be impossible.
That is true. Very true. So this is like another one of those battles where you are fighting uphill.
Yeah.
You're going uphill, and it's very nice now that I have Hornst leveled up as a Dragoon pretty far, and he has the movement ability called Ignore Height. So height doesn't matter. So he could be one space away from a tower and just walk up the fucking tower.
Ignore height.
Ignores height. Well, else wouldn't you do it?
So there's 2 battle conditions here. You can kill them all and let God sort them out, or you can actually flip the switch on the sluice gate and let it up.
Yes,
which will win the battle.
There are 2 knights that are standing on those switches, and they will not engage you until you engage them because they will not move from them.
Yeah, and if you kill them, you got to wait for them to evaporate before you can get those switches.
Yes.
Which sucks. Which I didn't do. I just killed everybody. With Korn, Ninja, El Nino, and Algrius and Balthier.
Yeah, I've got Sally, Cindy, Hornston, Lester.
I climb, I kill. Balthier is valuable for sniping all these black mages, and my ninjas, new meddlers, rule at climbing walls and kicking ass and getting lucky with safe state reloads if a knight blocks.
Congratulations. I've somehow, even though I've done a lot of leveling, I'm somehow under-leveled for this battle. I don't know why.
It's your first time playing this game. It's understandable.
It was a little bit difficult for me. Cindy is now a time mage, getting some time mage moves, and says,
it's about time.
Land of all lives, suppress all rebels. Don't move.
I don't know that I want to suppress all rebels. We're kind of a rebel ourselves. I'm not sure if that's
we need rebels. Not all rebels. We need some rebels.
We need a rebel yell.
The move okay.
Billy Idol. Come on, man.
Yeah, I know. I got it confused with the weirdos at Texas A&M who yell before football games the night before. Look up Texas A&M football culture.
Don't think I will.
It's a fucking cult.
Nope.
It's insane. The spell Don't Move works very good in conjunction with the Dragoon's jump, because then you can make them not move, and then you can ensure that you can jump on their face and kill them.
How the fuck can I jump if I don't move?
No, you cast Don't Move on the guy.
Oh, okay. I see.
And then you jump on his head.
Mario style.
Yep. Lester, now a ninja once again, is killing all the mages and archers in one move.
Don't move.
Yeah.
The knights into dreams are vanquished. The battle is won.
Yes, the floodgates are open. Water comes rushing out. The frame rate drops a tad, but it looks beautiful. Did you do that? You didn't know? You actually killed them all, right?
I did not know. Yeah, I killed him.
Congratulations! This battle is won. You got a cool PlayStation 1 water effect, but not jack shit otherwise.
Folks, the stuff Chris just described actually happens after the battle. Well, actually, sir. Anxiety plays and Ramza stands alone on top of Sluice. My guy works on some shit up there, pulls a lever, then we watch 1 million gallons of water flood out in the now open sluice gate, etc.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess it can happen either way.
I just realized, perhaps we've talked about this already, Anxiety has been a music title in I think 4 of the 6 games we've covered here.
And Tension probably as well.
Yeah.
I know Tension's been in a couple of the games, yeah.
Fade to black. Inside Fort Besselat music, Thunder God Sid plays inside this dark room where it appears to be full of pallets that are stacked to the ceiling. Orlandeau's seated on one of them, and I have to wonder if my dude is hiding out, or if he's being detained here like LMPD did to Scotty Scheffler on This Morning I Am Writing This, May 17th, 2024.
Wow, that was a long time ago. Wow, what a whole fucking thing.
What a fucking thing that was. But then Oren, Valmafra, and Ramza enter the door at the top of the stairs. Oren opens it up. He has prayed that Orlandeau has been kept well. And I was like, yeah, whatever, man, I'm fine. But then he realizes Ramza's here too. Orlandeau recognizes Ramza and notes that he's grown up. It just occurred to me that Orlando's portrait with the brown cloak over his head is very Ben Kenobi in A New Hope.
It is.
And what is Ramza?
That's Star Wars.
If not Luke?
You know,
is everything Star Wars? Is Star Wars everything?
I don't think Ramza's Luke.
I don't think people had Star Wars on the brain in 1996 very much either. Special editions weren't quite out yet, were they? Maybe they were.
Maybe? Anyway, I don't think Ramza is necessarily a special boy of destiny, at least at this stage in the game.
Anyway, this is all lost on Ramza, who asks Orlandeau if they've met before. Orlandeau hoists himself off his box fort and drops one on Ramza. Yes, though I can't say I'm surprised you've forgotten. You were only a child of some 3 or 4 years old at the time. Sid's sprite laughs here, and I just noticed that Ramza and Valmafra are kneeling. Like, Sid's having a chuckle, but they're kneeling before him. You gave us all quite a fright trying to lift my sword. Your father gave you a scolding that left you in tears, but at least you weren't hurt. Ha ha ha. And now you've come here to rescue me. I thank you. There's no need to kneel. Oren gets back. Why are they kneeling for Sid anyway? Just out of respect, or does he have like an office that demands?
He's a count or a duke or something.
Oh, that's right. Count.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can count. Oren gets us back to business. The battle is ended with only light casualties on either side. This too, thanks to the help of Ramza and his companions, we've managed to hold the fires of war at bay for a time. This nonviolence impresses Papa Orlandeau. He says, I see you are a worthy son of Balbane's young Ramza. There are many who owe you their thanks, and I give it now in their stead, and in mine to be sure. Chris, do you get a sense of security and comfort with Orlandeau and Oren? Like finally someone who knows what they're doing type shit.
I think absolutely with Orlandeau. Like I was mistrustful of Oren until...
But when they're together.
Yeah, but now that they're here together, I think that Orlandeau gives off that sense of like, oh, finally, here's some guy who knows what he's talking about. He knows what time it is, and we can...
He seems to like me.
Have we really met anybody who has any sense about them in a while?
I mean, we've killed most of the competent people that we've met in battle.
Yeah, and like, I mean, Agrias joined us a long time ago.
Yeah.
And while she was a very competent fighter, we aren't necessarily sure that she actually knows what time it is.
No, and she's left purposeless without Ovelia.
Yes.
Either. She's kind of drifting along.
Yes.
Ramza doesn't fumble the ball. He replies with a level of assuring confidence. I do only what must need to be done. Orlandeau then provides fatherly approval Ramza has sought for his entire video game. I see your likeness in Balbane's is more than skin deep. Your deeds honor him, boy. My immediate thought is they're going to fucking kill this guy. Orlandeau will not be allowed to survive this video game. Valmafra's fucking... Wait, hold on. I know we said it earlier, but can we talk about why Valmafra's here?
Yeah, it was confusing me too. I kept scrolling back. I was like, she's here and Delete is not.
Yeah.
I'm not really...
Who's an agent of what?
I'm not really sure.
Does Oren trust her?
She came in at the same time Ramza did, so it was very, very confusing. But yeah, she's here.
Like, I think there's like a scene deleted where they all hooked up.
Yeah. Surprised they didn't put that back in for the War of the Lions version.
Considering the shit that happens later. Jesus.
But I mean, like... She was there when Delita and Ramza were talking, and so they knew where
they know, but
going.
then Oren like hooked up into this shit at some point.
Yeah.
Valmafra demands an end to this circle jerk, trying to get everyone back on track. Pray forgive my interruption, but Duke Oltana means to execute your excellency, Sid. On the morrow, we should waste no time in fleeing. Oren confirms this information. It is as she says, my lord, we should continue this elsewhere. Orlandeau agrees and uses this as justification for joining our outlaws of the marsh, our Martian outlaws.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it won't do for me to remain here with Goltana in this ill temper. Oren, the hour of this war's end will not be long in coming. Until it does, I mean to travel with Ramza, we must put a stop to the High Confessor's plans. Chris, will getting Orlandeau in our party be like getting the superpowered gravity gun at the end of Half-Life 2? Is this going to be awesome?
This is as far as you need to get in the game if you suck at it. Like, you need to, like, struggle until you get here, and then you can win.
That's my next question after this. Is this the end of miserable battles that take me forever?
Yes. Were you aware of his prowess just, like, from cultural JRPG osmosis?
My only real exposure to Final Fantasy Tactics was on the Final Fantasy VII message boards on AOL, which also played a large part in me playing Lunar. But just people talked about how fucking badass. They said Orlandeau like the city. And that's all I knew of him. I didn't know it was Sid. I didn't really know it was a part of, like, I thought he was a main character for Tactics. You know, I had no idea it was a fourth act fucking party member.
Yeah. I remember being close to giving this game up and then being like, oh, it's easy now. Because he's so good.
He's so good.
He's so good.
Usually they don't give you a character like the wizened old battle-tested guy this late in the game, or if not at all. Or if it's like like in Final Fantasy VIII when Dia was in your party for an hour.
Yeah. It is a really good way to do a late game character edition. There is a video game that I'm playing right now that gives you a character very late in the game, and like he doesn't have all his fucking shit, so you've got to spend time getting him all his fucking shit.
I'm sure you can buy that fucking shit with real money.
No.
No?
No, you got to do all the bonding stuff to get his levels up in, I'm talking about Like a Dragon 8. It's annoying.
Yeah. Warren wants to come too, which hell yeah, but Orlandeau shuts him down. No, you will return to Zeltenia and see to the safety of Lady Ovelia. She alone is the rightful heir to the throne. You must see that she comes to no harm. Orlandeau asks Ramza if he has any objections, which Ramza has to be giddy here, and Ramza tells him hell no. Like Ramza has to be like, oh fucking thank God, thank God, thank God. Orlandeau declares, then let's away before we're found.
Let's away. I like it.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Orlandeau, Sword Saint class with Excalibur as a weapon and all crystal armor joins my party.
Great.
How do you feel about Sword Saint?
It's better than Holy Swordsman, I think. Because Sword Saint implies that, not that he's like anointed as a saint, but he's like so fucking good as a swordsman, right?
Yeah.
And for context, the Sword Saint has a combination of the Holy Knight and Divine Knight abilities.
Oh, a Sword Saint.
That's like, yeah, I mean, basically, yeah, that's like Agrius and Meliadul. You take the abilities that each of those have, and actually, I think that he might have some of Gafgarion's skills as well that you could unlock. As you said, he comes preloaded with Excalibur, the sword from the film First Knight, starring Sean Connery
and Richard Gere, of course.
Yes.
You know, Excalibur is also in the movie Excalibur.
Yes.
The finest Welsh production.
One thing that I did not know until a little bit later in the game when I happened to stumble across it is that the Excalibur will absorb holy damage.
That's nice.
Which will come
Reduce holy impact.
Which will come into play in my strategy later.
Have you ever seen Sword Saint in another video game?
No.
I recommend you beat Sekiro.
Is that there's a Sword Saint in that game?
The last boss, it's his, I'm not going to say what their actual name is, but his title is Sword Saint and then that name.
Cool. I probably will never beat that game.
It's the hardest From game in my opinion.
Yeah, I got a lot out of it, and I don't want to. If I get back into a From game, it'll be Elden Ring DLC. So
we fade back into Fort Besselat with Goltana standing by himself near an empty villain table. Music.
Yeah, he's mad.
Cry of pain plays.
He's in pain.
Goltana's pissed. He wonders to no one, how has the sluice been opened? I suffer a plague of fools. Is plague of fools an insult or just a creative metaphor, one that is funny when suffering is involved?
I don't think it's an insult. It's like saying I did not suffer fools gladly. Maybe.
What the hell is that from?
It's just an expression. I'm sure that it's said.
I'm thinking about a line Christian Bale says in Equilibrium. It's not that. Go ahead.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Delita enters from the left and takes a knee, bowing before the Duke. Delita was also summoned here. What the shit? Goltana gives Delita his orders. You are to gather a company of soldiers and move against the northern sky at once. To my surprise, Delita pushes back. The water from the sluice makes movement difficult enough, let alone fighting. Goltana issues a polite fuck that, telling Delita, what's sauce for the goose is sauce for the gander.
What?
This is an opportunity we cannot let pass. They will not be expecting an attack. If they slip away now, who can say how long this war may drag on? So, sauce for the goose, sauce for the gander. Have you heard that before in your life?
I feel like I've heard about ganders before.
I've heard about ganders and gooses. I thought it was like, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. But I Googled it, and it auto-corrected me back to sauce. Is this a Mandela effect scenario?
Maybe not necessarily a Mandela effect scenario, but it is an instance in which like an idiom like is transformed over time.
Has it been perverted?
Pervertedidiom.com.
What kind of sauce do you like on your goose, Chris? You ever eat goose?
I don't think I've eaten duck.
I've eaten duck once, never again.
I will never eat duck again just because I like ducks. They're so cool.
I mean, cows are pretty awesome. Like, pigs are super smart. I've eaten an octopus. They're pretty fucking smart, too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, just be vegetarian. Eat fish and chicken because they're fucking stupid. How about that?
Yeah, I ate fish today.
There you go.
And
done.
And turkey.
My little pescatarian.
That's it. What are we talking about?
I don't
Goose,
know.
gander. Gander goose.
I'm like...
Goose gander.
I may just become a pescatarian. Delita tells Goltana to shove this order up his ass. He says, I must refuse. I love it. Largus told to fuck off and die, and now Goltana's top man is like, nah, dude, I ain't doing it.
So...
Goltana can't believe that. He questions the word refuse, and then Delita gets in like a thrusting pose and rams a sword through Goltana's chest. Holy fuck, dude.
He just went right at it. Like, this comes out of nowhere. He snaps right into it.
Like, Delita could have walked in here and just shoved the sword in him, but he wanted to fuck with Goltana first. Like, what's he going to tell me to do? And then, like, get even madder so that the thrust is even more powerful.
Yes. Now, which one of them was the one that said the goose and gander thing? Was that Goltana?
Yeah.
So he's killing him for saying that.
Yes, for deploying that metaphor immediately.
Yes.
Goltana can't believe that shit, adding a question mark to the end of his next statement, which is, how dare you? How dare you?
How dare you?
How dare you?
Delita tells Goltana, no man would wish to see you, king, which are the same words I want Chris to say to me when I'm dying. Goltana splatter coughs blood as Delita removes his sword. Then he falls face down as Delita withdraws and just stands there looking hard. Delita then motions for somebody else to come in the room. I'm like, for fuck's sake, who's next?
Yep.
It's Valmafra.
It's Balfuma.
And a berobed Orlandeau.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Why is he here?
Yeah, what's going on? Valmafra stands at Delita's side while Orlandeau kneels before Delita. Delita tells him, know that your death is not in vain. Orlandeau, who has Orlando's portrait but is credited as Glabados Devout.
He's called Gravados as Cid. I think Glabados Devout is probably the correct translation, and they just thought his name was Gravados, even though it's supposed to be a reference to Glabados. Yeah, Everything is guided by the will of Saint Ajora, is what he says.
Usually, if there's a pause of more than 2 seconds, I will reduce it in the editing process. I'm not reducing shit there. I cannot believe what you just said.
Yeah, okay.
What the fuck? Whatever Chris said tells Delita, the vanity would be in living when Saint Ajora calls me to his side.
Oh, good.
So they got a zealot to take Orlando's place?
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Someone willing to sacrifice themselves for the greater good?
Yes. We are rounding up the what do you call them?
Sacrificial motherfucker?
Devouts. I don't know. Go ahead.
The devotee,
Zealots, acolytes, whatever.
The devotee stands. Delita rams his sword through his heart, which leaves a hole in his cloak. And the man falls and collapses. Valmafra looks over at Delita. I already can't tell whose side she's on. What the fuck?
Yeah.
And she confuses me further by immediately telling Delita, the real Count Orlandeau has escaped with Ramza. I thought Delita thought that he was really fucking killing the real fucking guy right here.
Oh, no, I think he convinced a guy to die as the hero of legend.
See, I thought Valmafra had done that as a representative of whatever fucking side she's on.
She's from the church.
Okay. It confused the living shit piles out of me that she immediately told Delita, hey, here's what happened, dude. Who are they tricking? Who is this for? Is this like the end of Reservoir Dogs where Orlandeau and Goltana killed each other at the same time in a sword shootout? Are the forensics not invented yet?
This is to create an additional power vacuum. That the church,
so we're not supposed to leave the evidence they killed each other. This is just to take out more fuckers. Won't somebody be asking who killed fuckers?
The only thing that people are going to realize is that the Goltana side now has no longer has any respected leaders.
Yeah, especially if Sid's taken out of the game, even though he's not.
Yeah.
To my surprise, Delita seems to be in on it. Then we can but hope Ramza does not fail us. Delita killed an innocent guy. Again, I don't think heroes in games do this, especially in 1998. It's like, the third innocent guy Delita's killed for no reason?
It's got to be more than that.
Ramza then narrates some text over the canyon-like Fort Besselat. High Confessor Marcel came forward with his offer to mediate a peace between the camps. But though their leaders have been lost, their capacity to make war has not. The High Confessor's offer fell on deaf ears. I made for Limberry. For Alma.
So Ramza is not necessarily involved, or at least at this point in the game, not involved with trying to stop the war at all. He's just simply looking for Alma, right? And taking out all the fuckers along the way.
Yeah, stopping for Alma, taking out fuckers, etc.
Yep.
Chris, we're going to start some side quests now with Final Fantasy VII characters and robots.
My two favorite things.
Yeah, at the same thing. There's no robots in that game. Surely not. Cat's just not a robot. He's a doll. The trade city of Salgidos is where we're going first.
Oh, Zargidas, trade city, yes.
Holy Angelus theme plays as Ramza walks into a darkened alley of a small village. But then the camera rotates 180 degrees, revealing the sunny side of town, as well as a maiden with a handbasket standing in front of a door and looking around anxiously.
Mm-hmm.
Identified as Flower Peddler, the woman approaches Ramza as he exits the alley, and who is it?
No, it's just Flower Girl, Eric.
It's fucking Eris Gainsborough.
No, it's not. It's just Flower Girl.
It's the tragic heroine of Final Fantasy VII, and she offers to sell Ramza a flower for 1 gil.
Oh, you mean Eris, with an S.
This shit had to be fucking crazy in 1998, or whatever. How's the same shit happen to the same guy in a different game? The Die Hard 2 of Final Fantasy games.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Did you know this was going to happen when you played this game? Had you been tipped off?
I had to look. I don't think that I got this the first time around. And then when I found out about it and did it, I was disappointed.
Yeah, I think that's how this arc's going to go.
Yeah.
But, like, I wonder if this is part of the original design doc, or if they were, like, looking at the sales numbers for Final Fantasy VII and, like, rubbing Matsuno's shoulders and being like, hey, put this in your game.
Yeah,
Put this in your game. Doesn't make any fucking sense. Put it in your game.
Fine. We've got machines and Zodiac stones. You can
do whatever you want, man.
Conjure up.
Give him a full stone. Fuck it. Ramza appears to not understand the word flower, so the flower peddler breaks it down for him. Yes, a flower, a blossom to bud. You've seen one, I'm sure. Chris, is it plausible Ramza's never seen a flower?
Shit. No, he's seen flowers because he's blown grass leaves to make music.
That's
He's
a good
seen
point.
flowers in the
He's seen
fields.
weeds. If there's weeds, there's
Yes.
flowers.
Yeah.
Anyway, Ramza takes offense to her tone, replying that yes, of course he's seen some fucking flowers. The flower peddler responds, well then surely you could spare a gill for one of mine. They're quite pretty. We get a choice. I have no need of flowers, or a gill seems like a fair price.
Yeah.
You buy one?
Oh, of course. You must.
If you tell her you don't, she'll say good day and walk away, and the side quest ends here. Ramza will then wonder if you made the right move. But if you're not a monster, if you think gill's a fair price, she gets excited, and you'll buy one truly. Oh, thank you, sir. She reaches into her basket, produces a flower, and hands it to Ramza. The flower peddler then goes on one. Few stop these days, and even fewer buy. It is a harder life than you might know. I always dream some charming knight will come galloping through and sweep me away from all of this. Beg pardon, sir. I know there's naught that you can do. I thank you again. May that flower bring you good fortune. So, is this Eris or is this not Eris?
I think this is her, like, lost soul counterpart. You know what I mean?
Is this where she went after the fucking live stream? Is this like a parallel universe type thing? What I'm asking you is, Cloud-ass Cloud comes in this game later.
Yes.
Did she also get fucking evapotranspirated?
Incepted into this world?
Yeah.
Incepted into Evilise?
Or is this just like a trans-dimensional occurrence?
Okay.
Always a lighthouse. Always an Eris.
I know how she got here.
It's like Moogles.
Canonically, I know how she got here.
What is
now.
it, Chris? Tell me.
She came through Final Fantasy XIV. That was how she got here. Final Fantasy XIV connects to everything. She went there, and then she got stuck in the Evilus raid. And then she lost her memories. She has retrograde amnesia. Finally, we have a character. That's how it happened. And I stand by it. Where to next?
Let's go to Mount Germinas.
Germinas Peak?
Mount Germinas. Music, unavoidable battle plays, and we're spinning around a lush, craggy hill, a mountain of Germinas.
Yeah, there's ninjas, thieves, and archers here. A real pack of shitheads.
We're back to slaughtering highwaymen. As the one on top of the hill tells us, what to pass, pay the toll. Just tip us your gill and be on your way, and those swords won't be helping you there. Lesson C, you wish to pay the toll in blood. Another highwayman gets in on this. Do you flash that, Cap? This Cole's the heretic they're on about. A bounty on his head so high, we'd like to need a ladder to reach the top. Why stop the gelt they have on him? Nim the head on his shoulders, and we'll have a drink and mort's enough for months. Yeehaw. Chris, can we start working Did You Flash That, which I think may be a version of Did You Catch That, into our lexicon?
Did you flash that? Yeah.
Did you flash that?
I think that's too confusing for me.
You don't want to do it?
No.
Okay, I interrupted you earlier. What were you about to say?
Work. No, I was just going to say that I think Chapter 4 has at least twice as many battles as Chapter 1.
Uh-huh. What's this one doing here?
And it seems odd that they're throwing in some mandatory battles where all you're doing is just fighting shitheads.
It is very funny to me that during this, I did Orlandeau's Judgment Blade, our first battle with Sid, this all-powerful mighty warrior. He's out here killing poor people with us. We've already corrupted him.
Yes.
The original highwayman gets back on the mic. His clock is the one from the bills. And make no mistake, I'm not much for headhunting, but a gill is a gill. Mill 'em, lads. I like mill 'em. Like run those fuckers through the mill.
Didn't you also say you said nim their heads?
Yeah, that was earlier. Nim the head on his shoulders and we'll have a drink and mort's enough for months.
Some good dialogue here at least. Battle.
Objective to defeat all enemies. Commands Orlandeau, Corn, El Nino, Agrius, Balthier.
Yep. I don't have my party here, but I did change Ramza back into a monk, and now I think I mentioned this a few episodes ago, but I've been using my orator abilities for Selfie to talk up some brave into Ramza. So he's got like 89 brave.
Brave him up.
And he just, as a monk, he just explodes everyone's kidneys, I imagine. Like whenever he punches somebody in the back, it does
piss and blood for a week.
It does so much damage, and I can just imagine that their internal organs are exploding.
Do you think he's doing the Mortal Kombat brutality move to them?
Brutality.
It does feel like a brutality type of move, especially when he critical hits. And also, I've got Hamedo on here, And it happens like almost every time. Hamedo is the pre-counter attack. So like Ramsey is just, as a monk now, is unstoppable. It's great. Also, there's an archer here with the name Little John.
Good. That's good. That's I'm sure that I wonder if that was random or if that always happens.
Yeah. I think the only bit of challenge here is that there are some archers that are taking the high ground here, but with jump, guns, and magic, I am able to easily wax these dudes.
Jump guns.
Yes.
My only other note is Orlandeau is ripping through these guys like wet toilet paper.
Yeah. I kind of already knew about him, so I didn't...
You're exercising restraint.
Yes, I did use him later in the game, but not now. Congratulations, this battle is complete. You got 7,700 gil, some feather boots, and some Germinas boots.
Well, once again, we've killed all these guys, and I'm not sure what purpose that served or how Ramza is going to reconcile that one. He'll probably never think about it again, but I, Eric, will always remember the plight of the impoverished highwaymen.
Yes.
World map, time to do another side quest. How do you feel about Construct 8?
Oh, you mean worker number 8.
Let's do it. Let's go to the cursed isle of Nelveska. We go to the tavern at Zeltania Castle first, and you hear this rumor for the cursed isle of Nelveska. The rumor states, you tell me, Chris.
It's Nelveska Island, an island that lies 8,000 doma.
I've got doms, yeah.
North of Zeltania. In the center of the island are many temple graves. It was a critical area used by guerrillas.
A crucial base.
Resisting the enemy. Known as a paradise for its lush greenery, the fishermen call it a cursed island. You know, like Lotus, the cursed island.
A fearsome iron sentinel.
A fearsome iron sentinel will kill all who approach.
They also made, in my reference to Ordalia's forces during the 50 Years' War.
Oh,
you knew that?
No.
It's like a stronghold from that.
Also, shout out to anybody who just referenced, or who got my reference to Record of the Lotus War. Thank you.
Yeah, the Dreamcast game. That's right.
Yes.
World map. A new point is plotted in Nelveska Temple, so let's roll to Clockwork City of Gug.
Okay, now we're talking.
This strange music I captured plays, and we're here with Mustadio, Besrudio, Ramza, and that fucking machine.
I think we learned that this song is called Treasures of Evilis.
The treasure that cannot be stolen.
Yes.
Mustadio, my innocent boy, wonders, will the stone truly bring the sphere to life?
Yeah, they gotta put it in the Saiyan pod.
I was just thinking of the big giant spheres that are outside of targets, and if I kneel by it with a stone and never mind.
Yeah, when Kirby and the Forgotten Land came out, they dressed them like Kirby's.
Yeah,
it was great.
What can bring Kirby to life? Kirby is my favorite sphere, not the dog.
Dog's not a sphere. Anyway, go ahead.
Besrudio treats his son's curiosity like an annoyance, like any good father. You saw as much with your own eyes, didn't you? Ramza steps forward and inserts the stone into the thing. It swirls with electricity.
Crackles.
Mustadio experiences validation. The thing then transforms into a robot, but then shorts out. Mustadio is disappointed. Is that all? It must no longer be operational.
Is it a robot, an automaton, or a mecha?
I am not educated enough to make that call.
I feel like the curvature, the spherical nature of it makes it an automaton. That's not scientific, that's just my feeling. It's my gut.
FakeNet, why does Chris believe that spherical natures require whatever he said?
Initializing FakeNet.
A spherical robot, also known as a polar robot or ball-shaped robot, is a mobile robot with a spherical shape and a unique configuration that allows it to move in a variety of ways. It fits the criteria.
Its eyes start glowing red then.
Mustadio approaches, but then automaton comes to life.
Oh, you know what it's called in mine?
Not that.
Steel Giant plays.
Great. Oh, it's called Steel Giant?
Yeah, play it.
Play Steel Giant.
Initialization's complete. All systems normal. What is your command, Master?
Mustadio can't believe this shit. By the gods, the machine speaks. It's very good.
He says, wow, it spoke.
But the machine grows impatient.
Awaiting your command, Master.
Mustadio looks to Ramza to command this thing, but Mustadio defers to Ramza, who then freaks out. Must I? Mayhap you could. But no, Mustadio insists. What are you talking about? You're the thing's master. Again, the impatient automaton demands.
Repeat, awaiting command.
Ramza commands it to dance. Mustadio slaps his forehead, unable to believe this shit. Did he command it to dance in yours as well?
Oh, yeah.
The fucking thing starts dancing, and Ramza, glaring at Mustadio, asks, well, what would you have it do? Chris, I love There are several sequences, and some unique to my game, of Ramza and Mustadio fucking buddy boys.
Yeah.
It's good dynamic.
Yeah. I wish that he was more integrated into the plot, but that's not how this game works.
No, we have to go to his fucking machine, Wheeljack's lab to figure this shit out. Mm-hmm. Once it stops dancing, Mustadio wonders how powerful the thing is. It replies,
I am very strong.
Ramza the psychopath then points at Mustadio and issues the automaton a new command. Dispose of Mustadio.
Oh, he just says beat Mustadio up in mine.
So just dispose means murder.
Yeah.
Is the implication there.
Throw him in the river.
Mustadio can't believe this shit, but the dang thing charges up and Explodo punches Mustadio. It knocks him the fuck out.
Is Mustadio dead?
That was my first question. Ramza enters the flailing arm panicky motion and asks, oh no, Phoenix down. Where is the Phoenix down?
Yeah, that's funny.
Pan up, fade out. It would be very funny if Mustadio was dead for real.
If you didn't have any Phoenix Downs in your inventory.
Yeah, and it's just like, you know how you can replace one character with another character later through a different side quest?
Yeah.
If like Mustadio was just removed and Construct 8 was in his place.
Yeah.
Construct 8 joins the party, job class, automaton.
Yeah, it's great.
It has tasks. It has 70 bravery and how much faith, Chris?
It has 0 faith. Because it is, of course, an atheist. Robots are atheists.
Is there an Construct 8 action figure?
No. But we have learned that all robots are atheists through this podcast. So any sentient robot is an atheist.
We will disprove that in future JRPGs, I'm sure.
Yes, and I think we also learned that some Transformers are theistic.
Yeah, but that's not like a real god-ass god.
Yeah, it's true.
I picked my next destination on the world map, but it takes us right back to the clockwork city of Gug.
Oh, yeah, back to Gug. What are we doing now?
That weird music that Chris identified plays. Chris, what's that music called?
Treasures of Evilis.
Ramza, Besserudio, and Mustadio, our three trio of shitheads, are campfired around a rotating compass of order contraption with eyes emblazoned over all four sides of its base.
Yeah.
Mustadio asks the most important question of this video game. Father, what is this monstrosity? Besserudio confirms his position as the old man tinkering with the junk. I'm not entirely sure. I've been assembling it from pieces recovered in Tunnel 83.
Tunnel 83.
Tunnel 83.
Ramza decides it has the look of an Ori. Chris, what's an Ori?
It's a blind forest.
That's not... I got the thank you.
Is it some sort of beast?
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
No.
Oh.
An Ori is a mechanical model of the solar system that illustrates or predicts the relative positions and motions of the planets and the moons, usually according to the heliocentric model of planetary systems.
Like the one in Cosmo Canyon.
Sure.
Okay.
Besserudio is like, yeah, it's sure. Ramza walks up to that thing and touches it. It sparks. And I wonder if he just put another piece of auracite next to it. Ramza confirms it reacted, but it doesn't look like we used the intended auracite. Besserudio gets closer and he notices, what's this? There's a mark inscribed upon the base. What mark is that, Chris?
I don't know. I'm not sure if I got this scene.
The zodiac symbol for Cancer is what you're talking about.
Oh, okay.
Indeed, another stone appears to be required. Pan up, fade out as the gang decides they need to go search for that stone.
Okay. I don't think I got that. I just got what happens at the end.
That could be... Is that related to this quest? World map. Okay, now we can finally go to Nelveska Temple.
Yeah, Nebraska Temple.
That's right. It's right below Texas.
No, it's not below Texas. Iowa, maybe.
Make a party. I got... Nebraska's above Oklahoma, below Iowa, right?
I should know.
We should know this, yeah.
But I just...
We don't do it. Fuck geography.
I used to have a globe in my room, and I was good at geography, and then I feel like it's faded.
Commander in Training plays, and we open at the top of a facade.
Yeah, I brought the Murder Squad, by the way, which is Ramza, Lester, Horns, Selfie, and TG Sid himself.
I got Ramza, TG Sid, Agrius, Korn, and El Nino.
Cool.
The entrance of the temple, that's where we're at. We're outside, and monsters are in strategic positions atop the nearby columns and temple walls.
Yes, tall birdos, hydras.
Another automaton, Construct 7, exits the entrance and begins to speak.
Shit.
Warning, warning, human entry prohibited. Vacate premises within 30 seconds. This is not a drill.
Then it counts down from 30 to 22 and says,
System error 321. Annihilation mode initiated. Research staff evacuate to shelters immediately.
I believe you mean genocide mode.
My guy then shorts out and overheats.
The noises that it makes when it does, it sounds like some insane, like, boss death energy noises. I feel like it should be reserved for a more pivotal moment. But
I haven't heard this noise in this game before.
Yeah, me neither.
The second half of Apoplexy plays, which of course took me forever to figure out, and we're off in battle.
Mm-hmm.
I slaughter Construct 7 immediately with Orlandeau.
Oh, I had Orlandeau kill the murder hydras first.
Not necessary.
Yeah. Don't forget the robot is atheist. Worker 7 is mean. He will fuck you up. Those birds that we mentioned before are called cockatorus.
Cockatrice.
Yes. It's not cockatrice, it's cockatorus. I know what a cockatrice is. That's
I can put
cockatorus.
a cock wherever. It falls and turns into a glove, then resurrects and gets on the mic.
Yep.
System failure, unable to recharge power, connecting reserve circuits.
I thought when he got on the mic, he was going to say,
My name is Gato, I have metal jewels. Beat me up and earn 15 silver points.
Never gonna give you up.
thanks.
It reboots, light and shit shoots out of it, and then I kill it again. This time it says, self-destruct mode engaged, initiating countdown, and then counts down to 25, then another system error. World map.
Explosion. I got an explosion.
I have no explosion notated.
I got an explosion, and he leaves behind a red stone. It must be in our site. Congratulations, the battle's won. Congratulations, you slew a robot. And you got some Arsite, I think.
I try to leave, but I'm like, I go back to the world map after it blows up. We're brought back into Nelvesca Temple. Music, August plays.
You mean meeting with Argath?
We're here with Beowulf, Ries, and Ramza. We appear to be in mid-conversation with Ramza unable to believe some shit. This dragon, in truth, I find... Hold on. Where the fuck did these robots come from? Like the past civilization?
Yeah, they were used to serve drinks on the airships.
Oh, right, okay.
Or defend the airships.
Non-violent.
These were probably violent robots.
They're from the Order 1886.
Yes, for the PlayStation 4.
Anyway, our past side quest boys and girls are here. Ramza says, this dragon, in truth, I find it difficult to believe. But Beowulf is ready to believe and convert atheists into believers. If not my words, believe your eyes. The stone we've won, Cancer. On it, my hopes must rest. So I guess this is the stone you just got that I either didn't get or forgot to notate?
Yes, I think so.
Beowulf approaches Ries and tells her, go now. Be not afraid. The purple dragon enters, the earth shakes, and the classic Oracite sound effects happen. What emerges is a human lady with blonde hair in a pink and blue dress. Beowulf wants to believe. Ries, is it truly you? Ries, now with a human lady portrait, runs to embrace Beowulf, telling him, Beowulf, I had thought the joy of your embrace forever lost.
Oh, you mean Beowulf, I missed you.
Beowulf returns the embrace. Ries, my beloved. Ries, Dragonkin class, joins the party. Pan up, fade out.
Victory music. Dragonkin, is that what it's called?
Dragonkin.
Dragonkin.
Dragonkin, I guess.
I have Dragoner.
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 Dragoner. I've got her moves, by the way. She's got dragon moves like Fire Breath, Ice Breath, Thunder Breath, Dragon's Charm. Dragon's Charm is like a make somebody an ally move. Dragon's Gift, Dragon's Might, Dragon's Speed, and of course, Holy Breath. For some reason, all those breath moves are called Bracelet in my version. Like Fire Bracelet. No, it's Fire Breath.
They fucked that up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad that Beowulf has his beloved. I'm glad that Ries is back to a human lady. Hey, yo, it would have been cooler if I had a talking purple dragon on my team instead.
I agree. Dragons are cooler than ladies.
I would never have freed this machine robot from his prison if I knew this was one of the results.
Yeah, sorry about that. Was the dragon pretty good in combat? I never used it.
No.
Oh,
but
okay.
I wanted it.
All right, fine.
It's like a prestige thing.
Yeah.
World map, you know it. Let's go back to the clockwork city of Gug.
Yeah, let's go there. The compass of order, right?
Yeah. Mysterious otherworldly traveler. Mustadio, Besrudio, and Ramza are in that contraption room in Gug looking at that contraption and from the room. I don't know the music. It's not on the soundtrack. I got it. Whatever. The gang is observing the rotating contraption, but they're cautious too. Mustadio wonders, you don't suppose this one will metamorphose as well, do you?
Metamorphose?
Yeah, I never heard that word in my life.
I love it.
Ramza takes the initiative. He approaches the device and pushes a button, or according to the script, puts the cancer stone on the ground near the machine. Ramza declares that they'll know soon. Then the thing starts making alarming sound effects. Mustadio can't believe this shit. He says, Father's mercy.
Father's mercy! Sorry, I felt like I needed to shout
No, you
that.
did. You could. I have more. I would like Chris's kids to start saying Father's mercy instead of fucking shit or oh fuck, or whatever 9-year-olds do now when they're surprised and alarmed.
They don't say oh fuck, really.
They don't say fucking shit.
No, I mean, they know they're not supposed to say those words, so.
I just know I would lose my mind if your child said Father's mercy in front of me as he was being surprised.
Yes.
The thing pulses with electricity and steams. The eye at the middle base of the structure opens. When the smoke clears, who remains?
It's fucking Cloud, dog.
He's in the 3-point stance. Cloud Strife from the video game Final Fantasy VII.
And Final Fantasy VII Remake and Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. And Air Guys, God Bless the Ring.
And Kingdom Hearts.
You had to ruin it, didn't you?
And Dissidia.
And Super Smash Fuckers.
He's got more red on him than I expected, almost like he half fell out of the aforementioned Kingdom Hearts.
Oh, shit. Oh, he came from Kingdom Hearts, not Final Fantasy XIV.
I don't even know how he got in Kingdom Hearts with you. I have no idea. Do you know how he got in Kingdom Hearts?
Fake net.
Initializing fakenet.
Error 458-30. A clause in my contract prevents me from answering questions about Kingdom Hearts.
I just know he's a boss. That's all I know.
I hope that wasn't like a 48-second explanation of...
I hope it was, actually.
All right. My guy, this young man speaks. What is this place? Who am I? I remember being swallowed by a current, a great stream, and then...
Oh, like a live stream, maybe.
So this could be canon, because in the middle of Final Fantasy VII, it's when Cloud was undergoing the mental health crisis in the live stream, when he fell in that fucking shit, and they pulled him out, and he said Xenogears.
Yeah, it's when he saw a million shards of light.
Yeah.
Broken mirror. Right?
You know what would be fucking awesome? If this, pixel perfect, was in the third Final Fantasy remake project. If they just beam him out to Final Fantasy Tactics to do this damn shit and made it canon.
It'd be funny if they just kept it the way it is, which is
exact same graphics.
Which is ultimately, I'm just talking about the
do
story.
Metal Gear Solid 4.
I'm just talking about the story itself, where he just goes and beats up some guys and joins the team. That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
So
he's I guess I'm for hire. I've got retrograde amnesia.
Yeah.
Chris, are these cameos good for Final Fantasy Tactics? Is it a wash? Does it help the story? Was this the start of everything bad?
I don't think that... Well, you know what? I feel like maybe it could have been the start of everything bad if the following statement is true, that some guy in a suit came and said, put Cloud in your game.
Yeah, I need to know why this happened.
Somebody ask Matsuno on Twitter, please.
Did Matsuno think it was cool, or did a suit think it was cool? This fucking game won't sell. Let's tell them Cloud's in it and put the code in GamePro. Or the instruct. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I bet it's a marketing thing.
Oh, I do too. For sure.
Well,
we'll never know. We'll never know until we do.
Until someone asks him on Twitter.
Besrudio ignores the plight of the confused dimension-hopping protagonist, telling our protagonist of this game, I recall reading of something like this in a volume long ago. A transporter. A device for teleportation across dimensions, across the very fabric of time and space.
Oh, a forwarding device.
Yeah, email.
That's what it's called.
Ramza puts it all together. The man before us hails from a world beyond our own.
So he came from other space.
That's right, forwarded space.
Other space.
Other space.
Other space.
People get behind this translation that just called it other space.
It's from other space.
As proof, Besrudio points out that Cloud's clothes are all fucked up. Like it is not, behold his manner of dress. Look, this guy's wearing shit we haven't even heard about yet. Also, Cloud's portrait is different from everybody else's. He's still the same kind of facial construction, but his hair, obviously.
Yeah, he's got it. Yeah, his hairstyle is distinctive. He'd probably become in number 2, actually, after, what's his face?
Elmdor,
who has Sephiroth hair, so 2 Final Fantasy VII hairs.
Dude, can you imagine if, Cloud saw Elmdor and just got activated? What the fuck?
It'd be funny if he had special dialogue in that battle.
That's just Kingdom Hearts. Cloud and Ramza introduce themselves. When Ramza moves to introduce everyone else, Cloud turns his back, looks at his hands, and tells this new crew, I couldn't care less what your names are. What I need is a battlefield. That's right. I was a member of capital letters Soldier.
Soldier.
A stranger in a strange land, Chris. We are once again experiencing a non-protagonist isekai.
Oh, congratulations. You know what an isekai is now.
Thank you.
There's a new Suicide Squad anime isekai out there on the Max.
I zoned out. What's up?
Go ahead.
Mustadio points out Cloud's lack of manners, but then that high-pitched, ear-splitting sound effect occurs, the same one that initiates whenever Cloud is forced to encounter his troubled past in the video game Final Fantasy VII. Cloud presses his hands into his head and cries, "Ugh, what's this? This feeling in my fingertips, the heat inside my skull. No, stop, Sephiroth."
What's this? My fingers are tingling. My eyes, they're burning. Stop it. Stop it. Stop doing this. Stop it. Fearos.
Fearos. Is Fearos better or worse than Xenogeist in Final Fantasy VII?
Whoever was translating this did not know it was supposed to be Sephiroth, or when they relocalized it,
They added that?
they added Sephiroth. I don't know. It sounds to me like maybe it was the former, but who knows?
For about, I think, 4 years, whenever one of us says Sephiroth, I put the sound effect in the mix deep.
Yeah.
This is the first time we've canonically had a Sephiroth in a video game with this mention, so I'm very happy it gets to be on purpose.
That is true. That's a Easter egg for people who listen to this podcast with headphones on, because you otherwise can't hear it.
I make it real low.
Yeah, it's great. I love it.
Mustadio calls it like he sees it. Best keep your distance. That man is not stable. I love that man is not stable.
That's true.
Like, whoa, shit, guys. Cloud boldly declares, "I have to get there," then exits the scene. Mustadio, like me, wonders what that was all about. So we're about to go hook up with Cloud again, either now or next time, but I think it would be very funny if that was just it.
Yeah, he's just calling.
Like,
that actually would be better, I think.
Yeah. You're just like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
What are we doing? Chris, next time we're going to go figure out what's Cloud doing, which is what Sephiroth's
Cloud.
dialogue in Kingdom Hearts.
Episode Cloud, starring Cloud.
Featuring Sephiroth.
And Cloud. And the RealNet.
Initializing RealNet.
Neat says DOS games are awesome, but they usually have garbage controls. Yeah, it was before there was like a standardized control scheme, so you can't really like plug a controller in and just do it. But there's some good DOS games. In fact, if anybody knows the name of a DOS game, it was like a first-person perspective survival game, lush greenery, and you had to do all like the real-ass survival shit. And one of the things that you could do is if your arm got poisoned or cut and it got gangrene and you were or whatever, you could amputate your own arm and bandage it. Just click the knife and then click your arm and then tape it up.
That's hardcore, dude.
It was a hardcore ass survival game. It was impossible to play because imagine having to do all that shit.
No, I refuse. You
had to cook and everything, and I don't know what it's called, and I want to find it and play it. I have no idea what it's called, and I've searched through like the DOSBox library and have been unable to find it.
Would you categorize that as a top 5, top 10, top 20 life mystery, unsolvable life mystery? Like
it's top 5 because there's certain things that are like most things are solvable by the internet.
Google like DOS survival. I mean, survival wasn't really a genre until like 5 years ago anyway.
Yeah.
So it's like
I don't know. It's
list of DOS games.
DOS game where you could amputate your own arm.
Where did you get DOS games? Did you get like floppies at CompUSA?
I got them from a man known as CD Man.
Okay.
Who my friends referred to him as CD Man. He was actually my uncle by marriage, and then they got divorced, so I haven't seen him in
Casual uncle
or whatever. He was a
internet hacker.
Internet guy, and he gave us all kinds of wares CDs.
That's cool. Did he accidentally fuck up and give you the porno CD?
He did not give me the porno CD.
Good.
At all, but that's where I got into like Warcraft 1, and I think he also gave me a copy of MDK. You ever played MDK?
Murder, Death, Kill.
Yeah,
I played MDK 2, not 1.
Yeah, and all kinds of great DOS games. I used to fantasize about DOS games all day during 7th grade and be like, I just want to go up and play DOS games.
Only kid in history fantasizing about DOS games in 7th grade.
No, I couldn't be the only one.
7th grade would have been 95. Yeah, that's appropriate. Never mind.
Yeah. Warcraft, Orcs, and Humans. Yeah, right there.
Doom 2 was DOS. I'm going to revise my earlier statement. I had to enter a command prompt to play Doom 2.
Oh, yeah. Duke 3D, Shadow Warrior, Blood.
Fucking Blood.
Sin. You ever play Sin?
SYN?
No, just Sin.
No.
Oh, man, that game was cool. You could jump out of a window.
I was not necessarily allowed to play computer games. The computer was for work in my parents' house.
Oh, you weren't DOS-pilled?
You can get some console games for your consoles, son.
SimCity 2000.
Sega Saturn, SimCity 2000.
Shy Guy 32 says, I can't believe Chris and Eric forgot about the Sluice Gate and Suikoden 2. Didn't we say that?
I referenced one in Final Fantasy VIII. When you're in the sewers. I
think my brain just accepted that as Suikoden 2. Because I was thinking about Suikoden 2.
I forgot all about Suikoden 2.
And you probably externalized.
Time compression.
WP says, I think Xenogears had a sluice gate. Maybe.
In the sewers. I just assume in all sewers it exists a sluice gate. There's always a sewer, there's always a sluice gate.
Yeah.
Or in Solaris. I don't know.
Shy Guy 32 says Fire Emblem has a history of giving you the old badass right at the end of the game to help make sure you're able to beat the game in case you fucked yourself over somehow. It's easy to fuck yourself over in Fire Emblem because there's no like countdown to permadeath timer. It's just permadeath instantly. So you need it. Shy Guy 32 says Sekiro's Sword Saint is famous for using a gun on you.
Yeah, that sucked.
Grace Wandeer says I curse all geese.
Geese Howard?
Geese Howard.
Geese Howard.
From Tekken.
Yeah, of course. Tekken's Geese Howard. That's it.
Well, Terry's coming to Tekken, right? WP says, you know what, Chris is absolutely right about Final Fantasy XIV. It does connect to everything, and so does Gilgamesh.
Oh, yeah, Gilgamesh, I can believe, is dimension hopping. Final Fantasy XIV just still feels like a cheat code.
Mambo Madness says, is Ramza an atheist? He's at least a heretic. He probably has an action.
He now has to be. If he believes in shit, that's a failure of his own mental capacities.
But think about what he's about to see. He can't be an atheist after what he's about to see, right? The perverts are real. He can't. No one can be an atheist.
Yeah, but how can he kill God? It's not. They're not gods. They're just some fucked up shit.
Is God a pervert?
Could be.
Fine. Ragnarok says, when was the start of all this? When did the cogs of fate begin to turn into multiverse bullshit? I don't know when it started, but when it really got cranking was Marvel, right? Or comic books, probably. Comic books have been doing it for a long time.
Mainstream, I believe that the multiverse bullshit started with Marvel, and I think Fortnite played a bunch into that as well. With just pulling things from different realities and combining them into one.
I don't know the context, but they always talk about the Rob Zachney, Austin Walker Star Wars podcast, A More Civilized Age. They always talk about how Palpatine's speech that was in Fortnite that is like canon.
Yeah.
Like the Dead Speak speech.
Yes. That debuted in Fortnite like a week before Episode 9 came out or something.
Yeah, they always talk about like the theoretical guy that was like trying to avoid all spoilers for Episode 9 and then went to go play Fortnite and then heard the shit.
There is a character in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. They're like, what the fuck? He's from Final Fantasy the First Soldier.
I don't even know what Final Fantasy
That's
the First
the Battle
Soldier
Royale
is.
game that existed for like 3 months.
Yes, okay.
Like, I thought he was some huge spoiler. Like, I'm not supposed to know who this is. No, she's from fucking First Soldier.
Mambo Madness says, also, I know it's not a classic JRPG, but would Retrograde Amnesia ever do a special episode talking about Rebirth? I'd love to hear their take. I haven't played Rebirth.
I finished it. It's fine.
I will promise at least a 3-minute discussion at the top of an episode sometime if I play it.
My hottest take is I wish it wasn't compelled to be as jam-packed with stuff as it was, and it was as... It's fine. I didn't hate it, but I don't like open world. Get all this shit done. Like, I'm done. I can't do that anymore.
Yeah,
I did it, but I can't do it anymore.
I don't either, and I've been trying to study my own brain and determine why I don't mind doing that as much in the Yakuza games.
Those are more contained.
I believe that is the case. They're more contained, and a lot of the running around is simply running around, and I don't have to get there and play a dumb minigame that I don't want to play.
Yeah.
Like, I remember there was like a go through the rings game in the Spider-Man games, and I liked going to the quests, but when I got to the quests, I didn't like to do them unless they were just straight up fighting.
Like, I appreciate the effort it takes to push Rebirth that far, and none of it is explicitly bad. It's just, it wasn't what I was there for. How about that?
Yeah. Neat says that game sounds... Talk about the survival game I was talking about. That game sounds interesting. You sure it's first person? Yeah, I'm almost sure it's first person, and you can go into an inventory menu and have like
first person like Doom at the time?
Yeah, but I think it was like you moved like in Mist.
Like flashcards almost.
I think, but I'm not sure.
Hypercard, whatever
I'm
that was
going to
called.
find that fucking thing.
So no fluid movement. You just basically shuffled screens around.
It could have been. I don't know. There were dinosaurs too, I think.
More than ever, if you know what Chris is talking about, please find a way to tweet or email or...
The number of DOS games that I just couldn't get to run probably outnumbers the number of DOS games I played. Just because it was such a fucking beast.
I brought a Mac CD home one time. My dad was like, we can't.
Can't do it. Thank you real enough for joining us tonight. We'll see you on the next episode of Retrograde Amnesia. This episode is a production of Retrograde Amnesia recorded on July 25th, 2024. Thank you, Mark
Shepard,
for the intro music.
How come Eric never says thanks?
Thank you, WorldSend, for the podcast artwork. You can email us at podcast@retrogradeamnesia.com, on Twitter at retroamnesiapod. You can also find us on YouTube. You can watch a static image while listening to the podcast out there on YouTube as well. If you want to leave a comment, that's another way that you can tell me what that fucking game is.
Ways you can give back.
Yes, if you would like. Go to patreon.com/retroam and give us some $5 and listen to some episodes about Terradigma. Give a penguin a flower, as someone said in the room that earlier. Until next time.
Next week, we're opening up with an insult that I like better than Night Soil.
Better than Night Soil. Oh, a contender. All right, well, now you may go back to sleep. I feel like that might be related to... Actually, I have no fucking clue.
Okay. Well, you figure it out.
Yeah.
Or don't.
Sebastian, what are you doing here?
I'm in the middle of some serious shit right now, O'Neill. I could use some help out there.
No way.
Are you kidding? Do you know how long it took me to come back here to talk to you about this?
You could have just called, you know.
Are you coming with me or not?
I told you I wasn't going to leave this place. It's fucking evil out there.
That may be, but there's evil within, too.
Psycho Mantis. What a pathetic man. He was born with all the right tools, but he never knew how to use them.
Initialization is complete. All systems go.
Okay, now we're talking.